What's going on, Geminites? Happy New Year. We're in 2019. I thought I'd kick off the year with counting down my top 10 best reads or favorite reads of 2018. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so I made this list of my top 10 reads of 2018. This is how I'm feeling at the time. My opinion might change later, but as of right now, this is what I'm feeling. And this is not stories that came out in 2018. It's just what I happened to read and review last year. Number 10. The first one on the list is the Ultimate Spider-Man Omnibus. This is the first time that I've read the first issues of Ultimate Spider-Man. Mark Bagley, Brian Michael Bendis, and I definitely enjoyed reading it. I liked the fresh take on Spider-Man, how they changed, and how they kind of redid some of the villains and some of the backstory to make it a little bit more modern. I have been casually looking for the oversized hardcovers that collect the rest of the run up until the death of Ultimate Spider-Man Omnibus, but I haven't been too successful yet. Number 9 on the list was The Big Damn Sin City. I loved reading that book. I had never read any of those issues or seen the movies, so we did a recent reads and did a movie review on both of the movies. I loved it. I loved the storytelling. I loved the art style and the simplicity of it. Sin City by Frank Miller was one of my favorite reads of last year. It's number 9 on the list. Number 8 on the list is the Fantastic Four by Jonathan Hickman. There's 2 volumes that collects that story, and it lives up to the hype. It was not overly complicated like some of Hickman's space stuff can be. I'm looking at you, Secret Wars. But I love the take on Fantastic Four. I love the overarching story. The Council of the Reeds. I loved the whole Jet Li, the One type of vibe that was going on throughout that run. And yeah, man, makes number 8 on the list. Number 7 on my top 10 list is the Planetary Omnibus by Warren Ellis. This is another one that lives up to the hype for me. When I did the review, some of the comments were a little split, but I definitely enjoyed the lore. It was kind of like a Men in Black type of vibe, but not as campy. As far as like this government agency and knowing how the universe works and the different kind of stories within it. I was a big fan of it. Number 6 on the list was the Darth Vader Omnibus. I just loved reading it. I loved the artwork. I liked expanding the mythos of the Star Wars universe and kind of what Darth Vader went through after his failure in A New Hope. I liked Dr. Afro was a good addition. And I still have not read the main Star Wars story by Jason Aaron. I'm holding out on the Omnibus, but the Darth Vader Omnibus has me crazy excited for that book. Number 5, I'm going to go ahead and put our Valiant Universe Deluxe Edition read-through as number 5 on the list. That's kind of cheating because it's, 30 books or so, but I just enjoyed doing that read-through and the entire shared universe of Valiant. If I had to look back, Ninjak, Bloodshot, the early Archer and Armstrong stuff, the Annie Pata brothers stuff, like Ivar Time Walker and Eternal Warrior. I just really enjoyed knocking that out in 2018, and it's number 5 on the list. Number 4, so I'm kind of surprised this ranked as high as it did, but Promethea by Alan Moore. Promethea was a book that I had no idea about. I just bought the 3 absolutes because they were whales, and I was able to get them at cover price. But somebody once told me they wouldn't make an absolute out of it if it wasn't good. And I think so far they've been right, because that was like a mind boggler. It made you think. And it's the same reasons that I like Planetary. They deal with explaining the universe and reality in their way. And Alan Moore, he's kind of a little out there himself. But he does a good job of questioning things and theories, and the actual Promethea Wonder Woman type invoking this superhero character was cool too, but I like more of the backbone of the story and not so much the superhero aspect of it. Love that read. Number 3 on the list, Jason Aaron's Scalped. So this is the only book series out of all the books that I've mentioned so far that I sold the books after I read them. I loved it. It made me invested into the characters, even though I wasn't really with it on the first book. But later on, I started to really like the characters, especially the main character. Man, I forget his name. Was it Daniel Badhorse? I forget his nickname. Anyway, it reminded me of like a Sons of Anarchy drama or like a Sopranos drama, but dealing with Native Americans in a reservation, with casino stuff. It was like kind of like Goodfellas stuff. It was a really good blend, great writing. I just figured that I would probably never read it again. It wasn't an omnibus. It was just like 5 hardcovers, so I did sell them to somebody who asked after I read them. Number 2 on the list is something that came out towards the end of the year, and I read it in like 2 or 3 days. It was the Aquaman by Geoff Johns omnibus from his run on the New 52. It was a page-turner. The writing was fluid. Delved deep into the mythologies of Aquaman, and it's like all the good stuff that the movie was because of what Johns wrote in this run. The art and the colors were popping and crazy on every page. Huge double-page spreads like in every issue. And it was just a great read. Love that Aquaman omnibus. Number 1 on my list for top 10 reads of 2018 is Preacher by Garth Ennis. It's kind of a cheater because I think I read the first 2 absolutes in 2017, but the third one and the one that wrapped up the story for me dropped in 2018. And I think Preacher is like my favorite non-superhero comic of all time right now, as of this recording. I thought the characters were interesting. I thought the overall story of this hunt down to find God, who is kind of left for the day, and dealing with this creation that was born out of a demon and an angel, this Genesis creature, and the powers that it gave the main character. I thought it was funny. I thought it was entertaining. It was exciting. You wanted to see what happened next. And it's definitely the best read that I've read, or at least finished, in 2018. So that's it for my top 10 list. Let me know what you thought of my picks. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Is there anything that you've seen in my recent reads that you think should have replaced one of these books? Let me know in the comments below. And make sure to subscribe to the channel for more daily content. Stay minty, y'all. Peace.